This is a step-by-step tutorial on creating a YouTube banner using Canva. My name is Tracy and I'm going to go through creating a YouTube banner from scratch, and we're going to make sure it looks great on TV, desktop, tablet, but most importantly on mobile. So let's dive in. First, let's get started by heading over to Canva and searching for YouTube banners. Go to canva.com and either sign in or create an account. Once you're in, use the search bar at the top to find YouTube banners. This will give you templates that are the right size, which is 2560 by 1440 pixels. And for this tutorial, I'm not going to use any pro features, and you can tell it's a pro feature because it has a little crown beside it. Now that you've searched for YouTube banners, let's pick a template or create one from scratch. Browse to the search results and see if there's anything there that fits your style, or something that you're getting inspiration from. If you want to use a template, click on it and then click on Customize this design. And you can see it shows the size of the design. Then just start changing elements up. I like this one. It does have the little crown, so I would have to have the pro account to use it, but I do like it and I'm going to try to recreate some of the elements. Now, if nothing really fits your vibe, just start with a blank template, and you do that by scrolling to the top and clicking on blank. Now we need to make sure it looks good on all devices. I'm going to set up some safe areas with color blocks and rulers, and we'll work within those sizes so all your elements are visible on all devices. You just go to Elements on the left sidebar, click on the square shape, and drag the handles to resize the box to 1546 by 423 pixels. This is your mobile safe zone. And if you have trouble getting the exact dimensions, just zoom in using the slider at the bottom or by pressing Control and scrolling your mouse wheel. It just can get a little finicky. Then we're going to center it vertically and horizontally on the canvas by going to Position on the top bar and clicking on Middle and Center in the Align to Page area. There you go, our mobile safe zone. Now we're going to do it again, and we're going to add another square. Change its color so it stands out by clicking on the color circle on the top and selecting any color. And we're going to resize this one to 1855 by 423. And this is our tablet safe zone. Center it the same way. The desktop safe zone is the full width of 2560 pixels by 423 pixels high. Now we'll set up the guide so we don't have to keep our color blocks. Go to the top menu and select File, then choose Settings. Make sure to click on Show Rulers and Guides. Now click on the ruler at the top and drag down to create a horizontal guide. We're going to place that to the bottom of our safe zone. Then we're going to do the same thing and drag another one at the top of our safe zone. Now we're going to do the same on the left. Click on the left ruler and drag guides to the edge of the boxes. This will set the boundaries for the width of each safe zone. Now we have our safe zones. We can click on each color block and delete them by selecting the trash can icon. Now your safe zones are set up. Let's just throw in one of these templates, and you can see how this particular template has quite a few elements that aren't in our mobile safe zone, so they wouldn't show up. I'll just go to the top and click Undo to remove this template. Now let's make our banner stand out by customizing the background. If you want a solid color, simply click on the canvas and a color option will appear at the top. You can just click on any of those solid colors. You can add a color, you can use the color wheel. If you have the color code, you can enter it. I'm going to click on gradient because I'm going to try to recreate that template I saw. I can pick a preset gradient, or I can create my own by selecting the plus signs and choosing two colors. And of course, I can play with the transparency. I can adjust the gradient direction. I can have it come out from the center, from one side, from the other. Just have fun with it. I don't want this just to be color, so I'm actually going to add texture, and I'm going to go to Elements and then type texture or backgrounds. I have a recent search, so I'm going to put in black background, and I can filter it by graphics, or if I don't find something there, I can click on over to Photos. Once I find one, click on the element and it will be added to your canvas. I'm going to play around with the transparency by selecting the texture and then using this transparency slider. And then I'm going to resize it to fit the entire background. I think that is what I'm looking for right there. Next, let's add some branding elements to the banner. we're going to put a heading and a subheading. So click on text on the left sidebar and then choose add a heading, and then start typing your channel name or your main message. There's lots of things we can do with this. Make it all uppercase. We can keep it lowercase. I could do letter spacing, make more space between the letters. The same with line spacing. We can make the font smaller or bigger by dragging it or going into the drop down with the font size. And I can change the color of the text by clicking on the letter at the top. And then we can also change the font. Again, only picking ones that don't have the little crown beside them, by just either searching for one or scrolling on the font list. For this text, I'm going to add some effects to it. I'm going to do the glitch, but there's an outline, there's background text. Again, just play with it. Then I'm going to add a subheading, and I'm just going to go do the same thing of deciding on a font that I think will work with my main heading. And now I'm going to add some images. So I'm just going to click on upload and add these character images, because this isn't a real channel. If it was a real channel, I would add myself. I made these characters in Leonardo, and it's actually a great program, and you do get credits every day. So give it a try. If you don't want to do images, maybe you have a logo, you can upload your logo. And so all I did was click on upload and then click on the image and brought it over here. Again, just grabbing the handles and making them bigger or smaller to make it work. I'm going to add a shadow, and I'm going to go on and add glow, and I'm just think it's a nice little effect, and I'm going to add a color and just kind of try to pop these characters out a bit. You can also add filters where you change the coloring of the image, and that's something that you should definitely play around with. I'm going to do the same for him, and then you just continue to play. I'm just going to speed this up to save time, but feel free to go back and see what I'm doing. And I don't think they pop out enough, so I'm just going to add another color block. And then I want this element, just a shape, give it some color, and then I'm going to change the transparency, and then I'm going to right click and go to layers, and I'm going to make sure that I show my layers and that this particular layer is behind all my elements, but in front of my background texture. Now I played around with centering, sizing, things like that, and this is my latest version. Now I'm going to add some reference to YouTube, so I'm just going to search YouTube logo, and I found this blue one that was not in a professional element. Then I just click on it and change the color to red. I'm going to put a little white box behind it just so that it pops out a bit more. So again, just go to elements, grab a square, and then I'm going to change the color to white, and I'm just going to make sure that I send that to the back. Right click on show layers, make sure the icon layer is highlighted, click on shift and click on the white square, and then click on group. And that way, whenever I move them, they'll be together. I'm going to add one more little tagline by clicking on text, choosing the color, choosing the font, and I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to use an effect with a background color so it matches the YouTube icon. And I just click on background and customize it. And then I can group them together by clicking on one, clicking on shift, and then clicking on the other one. I'm now going to add just a little bit more. So I'm going to search star because I just want a little bit of a sparkle on that banner. And again, dragging it to get the size I want. And knowing that it is slightly outside of the safe zone, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna copy it, right click, copy. I'm gonna paste it, but first I need to click on allow Canva to see my text and images copied onto my clipboard, and then paste in the corner, position it, copy it again, move it to the other corner, and then I'm just gonna add a line. So I go up to elements, lines, grab a line, rotate it, and then position it again and make sure it's where I want on the layers. Then I'm going to change the color, and then I'm going to copy it and put it on the other side. And now my banner is finished. I can see exactly what it would look like on TV, where it would show those little sparkly stars, and what it would look on mobile. All I need to do now is download it, and I click on share, download, leave it at PNG. and then save the file to my device, because this is Canva and you could be doing this on mobile. And now we're going to upload it. We're just going to go to YouTube, click on our profile pic and scroll down to YouTube Studio. Go to the left side, customization, click on branding. We'll go to banner image and add it, and it will show you exactly how it looks on all devices. Click on publish, and that's it, you're done. Need a little bit more information? Grab my basic guide. It's in the video description box below, or watch my playlist where I have some more Canva beginner tutorials. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to watch the next one. And if you like this channel, make sure to subscribe to it and hit notifications so you know when the next one comes out.